every now and then a show comes along that just has everything to it. It's funny, it's sad, it's drama, it's a real story. I'm talking with Nikki Boyer, who helped create the story of FX is Dying for Sex. So tell us how you come into play with all of this show.
Well, I love you for having me on, and I love you for asking because any chance that I get to talk about my best friend Molly is like a gift. Um, gosh, it was 2015, so it feels like 100 years ago. My best friend was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and so she knew that she wanted to make some shifts in her life. So she decided to make the choice to leave her relationship, her marriage of 14 years, and go do something super bold and super brave and went on a sexual journey to kind of get back into her body and feel alive, basically. And so that's how it all started. And that's where Dying for Sex was born, became a podcast at Wondery, which was an Emmy award-winning podcast and did super well. And then became the beautiful FX show with Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate. So here we are.
We are. I mean, it's just have this full transformation. If only, I mean, I just wish I could say if only Molly could see this and the work that you've put into this as well. I mean, Michelle Williams, Jenny Slate, these two incredible actresses. What is it like having them portray you and your best friend?
Kind of mind-blowing, to be honest with you. I don't think I was prepared for how deeply I was going to fall in love with both Jenny Slate and Michelle Williams as individuals and just fall in love with what they did together on camera. Um, when someone depicts you in your life, I thought that I would have a little bit of judgment or a little bit, I don't know. I didn't know how. I mean, this is a predicament I never really pictured myself in. And then when I remember being on set and watching them the first day and thinking, oh my God, this feels like us. Oh my God. And that comes from Liz Merriweather and Kim Rosenstock and our director, Shannon Murphy. There was just a beautiful, they kept saying that Molly is the North Star and that our relationship with the North Star. And God, Trevor, I felt that when I was watching it. So it felt amazing. I couldn't be more excited for Michelle Williams to be playing Molly. She just nailed her. Like she nailed it so beautifully. So I'm so proud of her.
Love to hear that. I mean, we'll start with Michelle Williams, Emmy winner, Oscar nominee, one of truly the best actresses working today. I mean, I read online that she advocated so hard for this role when she
Yes.
found out the podcast, knew she had to play her, and it is just one of the best performances I've ever seen. What was it like as you're seeing her play Molly, playing your best friend, and just knocking it out of the park? She's at the top of my Emmy predictions for sure.
Oh, it's got the chills. When I met her, I in person we were on set and I didn't want to interrupt because she's working. This is the job, right? There's a lot going on, a lot of preparation, and in between shoots, I approached her and I just said hi. I just needed to say hi to you, and she was like, she just kind of wrapped her body around mine, and in that moment, I felt like, oh my gosh, this person's so important to me. Like there was a spiritual thing that was happening. I felt Molly around, and the more and more I've gotten to know her and talk to her, I'm just so grateful to her for diving in so deep and having the bravery to play a character like this. And I mean, I love her. Like, and in a weird way, it feels like she's a slice of Molly. Like I still have something left of her. If that makes sense.
I love that connection that you now have with her. And Jenny Slate, I mean, she is
Oh,
the comedic relief of this show. Is that how you were with Molly in your relationship?
I mean, yes, I was the performer. I was like the puppet. So the scene where you see Molly intubated and she's giving the thumbs up and thumbs down, where Jenny's in the hospital room doing many scenes and many, I don't know what you would even call them, but that is very much us. So we had a very dark sense of humor, so we try to one up each other to say the most inappropriate wrong thing. But she just loved to watch me perform and act like an idiot. So I just did more of that. And so when I saw those scenes and saw that dynamic, I was like, oh my gosh, they just nailed it. And Jenny, I got to know her very well. She's actually one of my dear friends now. There's a connection with us. I am so honored that she played the role of me.
She knocks it out of the park as well. I have to say, career best role with Parks and Rec. It ends with us. Marcel the Shell. She has so many roles, but this role is going to define her. It's going to win her awards. It's such a great layered performance. And we have this show. It's coming out where it's female empowerment. It's not ashamed of what it is. It's all about sexual awakening. How important was that you get this story out on a huge platform like Hulu and from a channel like FX?
I have to say it's it's the kind of content that's a little risky, right? It's you have to be bold and take a risk, and that's what FX is, right? They just take major, beautiful risks, and I was so grateful that they leaned into that. And I do believe that the world kind of needs this right now. I have to say the Instagram messages and the responses that I've gotten from people have been like just jaw-dropping. Like this has changed my life. I've never felt so seen and heard by a show, and I feel like it's causing me to get uncomfortable and ask myself some deep, dark questions and get clear about some friendships and get clear about my health and get clear about my sexuality. Like I I know that Liz and Kim wanted to set that kind of a tone, but they knocked it out of the park. Like when I finished watching the episode 8, I felt a deep joy and a deep sorrow all at the same time. And if you think about it, that's what life is. Like you don't get one without the other. It's all balled up together, and this show just does that so beautifully.
Really does. And this is something where then you can go back and listen to the podcast, listen to you, listen
Yeah.
to Molly, where it's more additions in this. What do you hope people take from the podcast that they might not see in the show if they want to go back and listen to that?
Oh, that's a great question. She also wrote a book as well when she was dying, which is called Screw Cancer, Becoming Whole. It's on Amazon. I published it for her. What I love about this is that stories, stories can be told in a million different ways. And what I love is that the audio is there. That's me and Molly. It's more about the sex, it's more about the fun, and then it seeps into her health and her wellness and getting to the journey of death. The TV show brings it to life in a whole new way where it paints the picture and you get to actually experience those sexual moments that we talked about. And then the book is like the love letter to herself and has a lot of resolution. So the fact that there are so many different versions and people are interested, yeah, I suggest go back to the podcast. Now that you've seen it, get to know the real Molly and sink into her, and then read her book and then DM me and tell me how much you love it.
I cannot wait to go back and hear from her perspective as well. When
Right?
people binge, I mean, this is going to be the easiest binge. It's 8 episodes. They're 30-minute episodes. You're going to fly by it in 4 hour sitting. What do you hope people take away after watching Dying for Sex?
I love that you asked me that. I hope that it's twofold. I hope you can take away a little bit of like, what do I want to do with the time that I have left, right? We're all, not to be morbid, but our clocks are all ticking. So what do you want to fill yourself up with? It doesn't have to be sex. It can be if that's what you want, but what makes you feel the most joy and do more of that, please. And then secondly, is like sex doesn't need to be tied into shame. And I think as women, pleasure has always been a little like, "Ooh, can I do that?" So for all the people out there that want to lean into that part of themselves, I say go for it. Have a little fun.
Love that answer. You are a breath of fresh air. You are joyful.
Oh,
I know Molly would be so happy. Make sure you watch all 8 episodes of FX's Dying for Sex on Hulu now. Thank you so much, Nikki.
oh, Trevor, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank
Mwah.
you.